Hello. Hello, world. Hi, I'm Lars, and with this call, we start officially the first edition of the Open Source Circular Economy Days. And we are really excited about it, and we discussed what would be the best way to start this event, and we thought a good way is that the 6 people who started the whole thing and worked really hard in the last months to make the global event happen share just for a minute their visions, their ideas for the upcoming days. And after we are done, we are invite also you and other people to join the call. And if you want to share your visions and ideas for the days, you're very welcome to do so. So I will start. And Sharon, what are your wishes and visions for the upcoming days? Do you have something to say to the community, or why did you join the OSCEdays? Why are you interested in it?
Thanks, Lars. Hi, everyone. My name is Sharon Prendeville. I'm a researcher working in sustainable design for a number of years now. I work at TU Delft in my day job, looking at circular products. And why am I interested in the OSCEdays? Because I think that the mainstream conversation on circularity and circular economy and circular products is very one-dimensional, and I think that it's really important to have a wider representation of views, and I think that the OSCEdays offers that. I would think that the OSCEdays, one of the things that I would envision is that it kind of polarizes the conversation and shifts the center point, because at the moment people talk about resource efficiency quite a lot, which is kind of quite traditional business and economics, whereas I think there needs to be a wider consideration of the environment and social impacts. And that's kind of it. So over to Tim.
All right, thanks. So yeah, I'm Timothée from France. So me, when we started the OSCEdays, at that time I was working with Make Sense, especially future of waste. So it's a community that helps entrepreneurs to find solutions to their challenges. So we facilitate workshop, like kind of brainstorming sessions. And so why I started the OSCEdays, my vision. Simply, I really wanted to, with the OSCEdays, to create a kind of space for people, like a momentum, those 5 days where we can all get together across the world, show our project, show things that we're working on, or what our challenges, and find collaboration together, see where we can make it work also together. And like the aspect of mixing open source and circular economy was quite obvious for me. From like one is needed with the others. If you want to be circular, you have to need open standards. You need modularity, repairability, all those kind of things that you probably all know, I guess, know. So yeah, my vision is really to create this moment for everyone to work together, and I want it to last more than one event, and that this event happens every year, and we keep working together on those subjects and really bring change with it. Yeah, I guess that's it for me. So Alice, what about you?
Hi, I'm very honored to be part of this, and let me start by introducing myself. I'm Alice, and I'm a garbologist. I worked in the field of waste management in the classical business for a number of years, and had the opportunity, by seeing the fringes of the economy, that we have a system failure that also the waste management business can solve, because the question of a more sustainable society is more than just upcycling or recycling, but actually shifting from a linear to a circular economy. And I found myself in person thinking about what that means, and was almost overwhelmed with that complexity, and see that there's a real need to bring together people from diverse fields and different backgrounds that think about sustainable solutions, that are entrepreneurs, makers, biologists, thinkers, to bring them together and think about new types of solutions that are actually circular, to create those methodologies for those type of new solutions, to create technologies, to create services, and also just knowledge as well, and exchange in knowledge, and deepen that a lot, because today we can actually not really upcycle or recycle yet, because we barely have the right materials which can be led in a circle without at one day becoming waste at the end. And therefore I see this first OSCE Days in 2015 as a real opportunity to build a community of practice that intends to build solutions for a future open, shared circular economy. And I'm very much looking forward to this, building partnerships between problem solvers, building connections, and start bringing ideas to prototypes together.
Next one.
Now do I get to invite somebody, or that's you? Because I was going to invite Sam, so if you were as well, then...
Hi, so my name is Sam, and I work with Lars here in Berlin at OpenIT agency. So OpenIT is basically an organization to help advocate for open source, to push it in the areas of outside of hardware, to experiment, to try out new business models, and basically to show people how it all works. And so I obviously very strongly agree with all of the previous visions that the others have laid out, but coming from the open source perspective, I'll say a couple of words there. So obviously the circular economy is kind of seen as, the way that we're presenting this is that the circular economy is the goal and open source is the methodology to get to that goal. I would also add a second goal to that, which is a more collaborative society. And I think that open source is not only a fantastic way to get to the circular economy, but it's also a fantastic way to show people the value of working together, the value of collaborating rather than competing, and showing ways in which we can work more effectively together. And just like a circular economy is an extremely difficult goal to get to, it seems kind of quite idealistic, but every step in that direction is a positive one. I kind of feel the same thing about trying to build more collaboration, no matter how small the step is, no matter how kind of slowly people may be catching on to this idea, every step in that direction is positive. And you really see that happening with the Open Source Circular Economy Day as they've been developing, as we've been planning it. And I've got to know a lot of people through our forums and through the collaboration, getting to know them basically as two-dimensional avatars. And I hope that over the course of the events and as these projects live on and develop, that I get to know them more deeply as real people as well. Yeah, so that's all from me. Erica, 1 second.
Hi from slightly windy London, but it's not raining, so that's nice. My name's Erica Purvis, and I suppose my background's a bit in between being a design engineer, product design, sustainability and eco-design, but also working in the NGO charities sector in social engagement and well-being, but also bringing the environment and social well-being and technology together. So I think open source circular economy is a really great example of where what could be recognized as quite different silos or perspectives or expertises that often don't make the most of the others' views within either the technology, software, hardware world, or the more what would be called softer sciences in making sure that we make things that are actually relevant, that are needed to be made, as well as being circular in that respect. So I think there's a really nice opportunity, and what we're seeing through the Open Source Circular Economy Days is that it's reaching out to quite a diversity of different organizations around the world that all have different perspectives to bring around our circular table, as we would put it there. I think what I'm excited about is the lasting collaboration aspect, and also that we're very open to not getting everything perfect, being clear we don't have all the answers, and that's both within the development of the open source circular economy days, but also with when you're developing a product, and the mindset around that is that you produce something that you like to think is finished and the best there is. But I think, particularly around sustainability, we know that's often not the case. So I'm thinking, in terms of what I'd like to say to the community, enjoy, explore, reach out, be honest. We don't have all the answers, and I think we need to work on this together. And now I'm going to hand over to Lars.
Hi, I'm Lars. I'm an artist and an open source economist, and I work in this, try to explore this area of open source circular economy for quite a while now, and I'm still really fascinated with it. And I think there's a lot to discover. And my wishes for these days really would be that we discuss really the potential connection between circular economy and open source, really focus on that questions. And I hope that a lot of new connections, global and locally, are made. And I really hope that a lot of new ideas emerge during that days. I think there's so much potential and so much new things really to discuss. And so much new ways to creatively explore the world and the potential of collaboration. And I hope for that, and I think a very good window, an important window for that is our forums, where that's really the window you can use as a local organizer to show to the world, to all the other cities, what you are doing and allow them to plug in. And I really hope that a lot of you will start to use the forums, share what you're doing there, because it will last there, and it will be possible to explore also long after the OSCE days. So we really can build in that forum a long-lasting global collaboration, and that is what I hope. And now I want to, we were joined by Sylvia. Sylvia, I know her. She's a local organizer of the event in Indianapolis. And Sylvia, I will plug in your microphone. You want to share something. What are your wishes and visions for the OSCE days? Do you have something to say to the community? Please do.
Yeah, to show that Indianapolis is open for business and open-minded. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I kept my camera closed so I could drink my coffee while you're talking. I'm a manufacturing engineer by trade. I work as a sustainable manufacturing and circular economy consultant, focusing on industry in particular and on the engineering and manufacturing community, which, as I stated before, I think they're not enough into this new concept for many reasons, at least the ones that are, let's say, more experienced professionals. I think there is a gap between the young generation and the older ones, like mine, that I'm trying to bridge. I'm very happy to have discovered you. I still don't remember how, and this is one reason why I'm a little bit behind in organizing the event, so I was able to get only 2 going, but next year we'll have more. In any case, from what I can tell, there are only 2 cities in the States organizing events, and I'm very happy to have Indianapolis as one of them. And I'm going to hammer San Francisco, Boston, and New York, and for Washington, D.C. forever about it. Because they all despise the Midwest. What I'm very interested in, besides understanding better how to build the combination between open source and circular economy, is how to unravel existing structures in a very gentle way. Because the truth is that in industry, it's very difficult to make changes, even in the simplest designs. You have all kinds of approvals, you have all kinds of certificates, you have tested and retested your designs, and it's very costly to make a change. So that's one topic that we will discuss tomorrow at our first event, which will take place at a small business that works in prototyping. Their name is Impressive Prototypes, so they specialized in rapid and local prototyping. They have a lot of 3D printing, woodworking machines, laser cutting, so an ideal place, I think, for what the future will be, not only in design, but ultimately in production, as I see it becoming more and more smaller, customized, made to order instead of automated mass volumes. And of course, being in Indianapolis, we're going to use a lot of car examples, and I think everybody loves cars, but here in Indianapolis in particular, we're fascinated with race cars, and we used to have a strong car industry that has disappeared. So we'll talk about cars made out of hemp and electric cars and how to 3D print a car, which is something that an American company has already done. So I think it will be a very, very fun event. Of course, I want to learn a lot from you, so I try to stay engaged in a forum as much as possible. And I absolutely love that, this way of building knowledge and exchanging experience instead of the old way of reading from a big book. That is probably not relevant. And a question for you is, how did you all get together from all four corners of the world? Because I want to be able to tell that story to the participants at my event.
Yeah, maybe Tim, you might explain that quickly. So you kind of,
yeah, I can explain that bit. So it started. Lars and I got to know each other through a friend of public, so he kind of indirectly created the OSCEdays in some way. So yeah, Lars just shared his thoughts about open source and circular economy. Really had a kind of idea of doing an event that he really tried to do in Berlin 3 years ago, something like this. Anyway, so we discussed about this doing an event on open source and circular economy, and decided to do it in France and in Paris and Berlin at first, and to have this collaboration between two cities. And then through Future of Waste, I knew Sharon in London, so I talked to her about it, and she directly jumped in, and we had 3 cities. And Sam was already working with Lars and knew him. I think Alice, you already knew Lars also. And I also had the chance to meet Alice last year when I was doing a tour in Northern Europe with Future of Waste. So yeah, it just started with a call, and we decided to do it. And that was in November, I think. And February, we just went public with it, saying, okay, that's our vision, that's what we want to do, how we want to do it. Who cares to join? So the more we are, the better. And yeah, quite amazed by the number of cities today. 33 cities, 24 countries. I don't think we expected that, which is really cool, and I'm really super excited about it. And I really want to thank everyone, actually, all the local organizers, because if the OSCEdays are that today, is thanks to all of you. So yeah,
and
that's the story.
And we're still growing, and we still have plenty of room to grow as well. So yeah, if anyone else wants to get involved, you can just jump in, sign up on the forum. You can follow what happens over the course of the events over this weekend. If you're in a city which has an OSCEdays event happening in it, then please do come along and join us. Other ways you can get that you can take part over the course of the weekend is following the hashtag OSCEdays and also using that hashtag as well, telling the world about this idea and what's going on, and pointing people to interesting projects. You can also follow our live streams as well. You'll see them on oscedays.org/livestream, or find that from the main page. And also one of our colleagues, Gien from Cape Town, is going to be running a series of Google Hangouts on air over the course of the weekend as well, and we'll have a few going on too. So you can find that all from the main page at the website too. So please do keep in touch, and please do get involved as well, and we hope that this is the start of many more collaborations and many more developments as time goes on. So I think we'll say goodbye. It's been very nice talking to everybody, and we'll see everyone soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Maybe find out how to